What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing Mega Aggron from Pokemon. Let's move up to the top of our page and draw on the front seam of the head. Starting from the very top, we're going to draw a straight line coming down. Let's draw on the top trim of the eyes. Starting from the bottom, we're going to angle up and out towards the left, right up to there. Go back to the center and go up towards the right. Let's go back to the left side. We're going to angle up and out along the top of the eye and do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to angle this down towards the side of the head. We're going to draw a longer line coming out and down towards the left and then the right. Let's add in the eyes. From that inside point, we're going to angle down and out with a short line. I'm going to angle up and out towards this top point. Now we're going to tuck the pupils in underneath the eyelid. Starting in the center, we draw a short line coming down about halfway on either side. From this center point, I'm going to step down and start with a dot. From this dot, we're going to angle up and out towards the left, and then the right, and then we'll come down towards the left and right. Let's add one more point on either side. We're going to go up and out, and then we'll come down and out. Now we're going to go back up to the top of the eye. We're going to step out and draw a straight line coming down towards this point. And we'll do the same thing over on the right. From the eye, we're going to step down, angle down and in. Now let's move up and draw on the top of the mouth. Starting out here, we're going to angle up and out. And we'll come down and out. And then we're going to pull this up and out towards a line on the side. Now we're going to add two ovals on either side of this line. So let's start on the left side. Draw one oval. Move over towards the right. We're going to line this up. And we'll fill these in black. Let's go back to the center. We're going to draw a straight line coming down towards the bottom of the chin. And then from here we're going to angle up and out, aiming towards that outside point. We're not going to go all the way. We're going to stop right about there. And do the same thing on the right. From here we're going to go up and out towards the side of the jaw. Now we're going to pull this up towards this line, but we're going to taper the gap in between. So it gets a little bit narrower as we come up. Let's move back to the top. We're going to draw a straight angled line coming down, aiming towards the pupil. But we're going to stop right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right. Angling down and then out. Now we're going to move about halfway down this line. We want to curve out and then down, aiming towards this line, but we're going to stop about halfway. Curve out, stop right about there. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing. Let's add a socket for the horns. From here we're going to draw a half circle, curving in and then back out. And then we're going to continue this curve coming down towards the outside of the head. From the bottom, we're going to angle up and in behind the jaw. Let's move back up and draw on the horns. From this point, we're going to angle up and out. Do the same thing on the right side. I'm just going to pull this down and in towards that top point. Now we're going to draw the top edge of the body in behind the head. So it's almost like a sideways oval. We're going to start at the very top here, curve out, round out the side. Now we're just going to pull this in towards the center. Now let's go over towards the right side. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Going out, rounding out the side, and then pulling that in. Let's trace this out on the inside. Now from the side of the oval, we draw a straight line coming down on either side. Let's round out the shoulder. Starting from the bottom, we're going to curve around, going out. I'm just going to pull that up to right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going out and pulling that up. Let's add the 2 large blades on the shoulder. Starting from here, we're going to curve back out, go up, and then just hook that in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving out, up, and then hooking that in. From the top, we're going to draw 2 angled lines coming down and in towards the head. And now we're going to taper this curve coming back in towards the shoulder. So it gets narrower as we come in. And then we're going to wrap the shoulder in behind the top of the body. So from here it's going to curve up and then pull that in. Let's go back to the chin and draw a straight line coming down the center of the body. Then we go out towards the inside of the shoulder. We're going to curve down and then in towards that center point. And we'll work our way up towards the right. Let's go back to the center. We're going to leave a gap and draw another straight line coming all the way down towards the bottom of the body. Now from the lower point of the shoulder, we're going to step out. We're going to round up the side of the body, come down, and we'll just pull that in towards that center line. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping out, curve around the body, come down, and then in toward that center point. From the center, we're going to move out towards the left. We're going to angle down and out towards the left, go over towards the right, and do the same thing. Now from here, we're going to curve out and up towards the top of the body. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Then we're going to step in, follow that same curve, coming in towards that line. Let's move to the top of this line. We're going to follow that same curve, going up and out. Then we're going to add a seam on the outside. Starting out here, we're going to angle down and out. Now from the bottom, we're going to step up. We're going to curve out and then up towards the left and then the right side. Now let's move back up and draw in the arms. From the side of the body, we're going to step out, draw an angled line going out and down. Go over towards the right and do the same thing. Now we're going to curve the inside of the forearm. From here, we're going to curve in and then down. Let's go back to the top, curve out and across towards the left. Do the same thing on the right side. Now moving back down, we're going to curve down and then out towards the outside of the forearm. Now I want to draw a curve from the bottom to the top going out, but about halfway we're going to add a notch. Going up, then we're going to draw a half circle, and we'll continue up towards the top of the forearm. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up and then in. Just going to line this up, draw that half circle, and then continue up and in towards the top. Let's add the spikes on the forearm. Starting from this point, we're going to angle up and out, and then we'll pull that down and in towards that top point. Let's close off the outside of the arm. From this top point, we're going to step in, curve up, and in behind the shoulder. Let's add in the wrist. From this point, we're going to step in, we're going to curve down. We're just going to pull that up on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping in, curve down, and then tuck that in underneath. Now let's draw in the claws. From the inside, we're going to step out, come straight down, and then just bend that in. Now from here, I just want to curve this back out and up. So we're just going to taper this with a short line. Now halfway along this curve, draw a straight line coming down. You're gonna follow that same curve, going back out and then up. Let's do that one more time. Halfway along, draw a straight line coming down. Now I'm just gonna pull this out and up in behind the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're gonna step out, go straight down, then bend that in, and then we'll taper this back out and up. Halfway along this curve, draw a straight line coming down. And again, we're gonna go out and up, and we'll do that one more time. Let's separate out the claws. From this top line, angle down and in, go to the second finger, angle down and in, and we'll do that one more time. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to move in and draw on the upper thigh. From this line, I'm going to curve out the thigh, round this out, and then pull that in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving out, rounding out the thigh, and then pulling that in. Now we're going to angle up and in with a straight line. And then we're going to curve in and up underneath the body. Now let's draw the inside of the leg. From the top, we're going to step down, draw a straight line coming down. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move to the outside of the leg. From the knee, we're going to curve out and then down. We just want to line these 2 points up, and we're going to connect it with a curve. Coming down and then up. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting on the outside of the leg, curve out and down, and close off the bottom. Now let's tuck the feet in underneath the ankle. From that inside corner, we're going to step out, draw a straight line coming down. Now let's draw on the first claw. We're going to go straight out and then bend that down. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping out, just matching up the height, go straight out and bend the first claw down. Now from the tip, we're going to go straight up, curve around, and then down on top of the bottom of the foot. Do the same thing on the right, going up, rounding this out, and coming back down. Now we're going to stack 2 more claws in behind. So from the tip, we're going to step up, curve out and down, and curve up, and then hook that down in behind the first claw. Let's do that one more time. Stepping up, curve out and down, go up, and then back in. Now we're going to do the same thing over on the right. Stepping up, on the second claw, and we'll do that one more time. From the top of the outside claw, I'm just going to curve up and then in behind the ankle. And then the last thing we're going to do is add in the tail. We're going to start on the inside of the right leg. We're going to curve down and then out. We're going to go in behind the left leg, and we're going to continue out here, going out and then up. And then we're going to taper the tail in behind the leg so it gets wider. Going underneath the hand and back up. Let's add a few lines in the tail. Starting with the center, we're going to start on the left side, we're going to curve down and then up. We're going to step down and draw that twice. Now let's go to the tip of the tail. Starting from the top, we're going to curve out and then back in. Step in, draw that twice. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Mega Aggron from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.